Bible diet is tried, proven, and true when it comes to health and healing. The Bible diet can assist with weight loss, and as I like to say, sooner with less effort. And it may help with health challenges such as inflammation, digestive challenges, and so much more. What I love best is that the rules aren't going to be changing or sway with the wind as we see it out there on the internet or on Google. The answers out there vary as much as the weather on a typical day. What I want to do is anchor to the solid truth, the truth that God created our bodies. He knew what is and what was best, and He's the one who heals. Look that up in Exodus 15:26. We're going to focus on three threes. 3 steps to get control of your eating and to let your body work its best between fasting and feeding. 3 eating tips for choosing the best foods, and 3 beliefs necessary to succeed. And at the end, I'm going to share tools to help you succeed sooner with less effort. Let's start with 3 steps to get control of your eating and let your body work best between fasting and feeding. When we struggle with mental fog or lack of energy, there's a nutrient deficiency, and sometimes it can be a cellular overload. Now, the nutrient deficiency is typically due to not getting the nutrients that your body really needs to function well. Now, the cellular overload is getting in the wrong chemicals in the body that create havoc. And the cells, they just don't know how to respond. And many times we have premature cellular death or we have missignaling among the cells. So the answer is this: eat real food. And we're going to talk more about this in the next 3 tips. But for now, we need to eat the foods God called good for us. And as we reflect back to Genesis 1 and 2, God created, and when He did, He called it good. Good in these verses means excellent of its kind, valuable in estimation. This means nothing man disguises as food can ever compete or compare with God-given foods. And this continues with all food mentioned in the Old and the New Testament that Jesus ate. If Jesus ate it, it's good. And what is once called good is always good. What is once called unclean is always unclean. Follow the example of what Jesus did. Eat real food. The sooner we walk away from lab experiment foods and the sooner we enjoy God-designed foods, the sooner the opportunity for inflammation to lessen and digestive issues, which leads to diabetes and hormonal imbalances, the sooner those go away. Real food brings healing to the cells. And you can try this for yourself. For 7 days, eat only real food. No package, no chemicals, no breakfast cereals from a box. You see what I'm saying? You can eat foods designed to be enjoyed. Now, if you eat meat, look for a farm who raises the animals according to biblical principles. This is a little bit more common than you really actually realize. If you stick with plant foods, God will show you how to find the best quality. Remember, He owns it all, and He desires to bless you and to bless the desires of your heart. There's no limit with God on our finances or our healing. So step 1, eat real food. Step 2, eat by the God-given signals, hunger and satisfied. When our body is in a state of homeostasis and all is balanced, we would only eat when we are hungry, truly hungry. And we would just stop mid-bite when we're satisfied. The hormones that God created for us are leptin and ghrelin. When we have been consuming a processed and an ultra-processed food diet, these hormones are silenced. And a person just can eat a normal sized meal and be hungry for 2 to 3 more servings at the same time. And this is beyond what is healthful for the body. This contributes to inflammation, weight gain, and many other health challenges. Step 3, learn to fast between meals and overnight. Again, the processed and ultra-processed foods have lessened our desire to stop eating. Giving our body a break between meals, even up to 4 hours, allows our body to step into autophagy. What that is it's burning away dead cells and rejuvenating new cells, and it helps to process digestion into a state of healing. Fasting overnight 12 hours, again, it allows a deeper autophagy state to bring healing to the brain, the liver, muscles, and the hormones. Try this for yourself. See what comes to mind when you go 4 hours between meals. Now, typically processed and ultra-processed foods, again, cause a person to become reliant on eating frequently. Remember, the synthesized lab experimental food causes you to be hungry even when you're not. So this is going to become a control factor. Who is in control? You or the food? Step 1, eat real food. Step 2, eat the signals by hunger and satisfied. And step 3, fast for healing. Now, the 3 principles for eating. These tips help us to choose the best foods. Tip number 1, as I've mentioned earlier, eat the foods God called good for us. When we can learn from many great doctors on how to gain our health back, the answer will always trickle down to real food, real God-designed food. Answers for healing never come down to a lab experiment food such as Ensure and things like that. Real food from a real loving God. Eat whole grain, mill it yourself, mix it, bake it yourself. Eat vegetables, fruits, lentils, legumes. Yes, lentils are good for you. Olives, pomegranates, real food, seeds, nuts. And if you eat dairy, know the farmer. Tip number 2, eat the foods as close to God's design before it becomes altered or processed beyond our benefit. Eating farmed fish, factory-raised meat, GMO foods, processed foods. The greatest example is cereal, Pop-Tarts, ready-made meals, fake butters, fake ice cream that never melt, fake bread that never goes stale, sodas that are 100% chemicals. Okay, I think you get the picture. If you can't make it yourself the same at home as what's on the label of the package, it's a lab experiment. In the inner circle, most people find success using the Hunger Satisfied journal. Now, it's not only for the inner circle people, it's just what we coach a lot in the inner circle. It keeps you on track and seeing success happen. It also helps you discover what foods are problematic and what foods are helping you see better days. But most importantly, it uncovers why you are eating. Tip number 3, don't let any food become your guide. If you can't go 30 days without a food or a drink, that's an addiction. I'm not saying all food and drink, I'm saying a specific food or drink. It has taken the rightful place of the Lord your God. It's time to call it what it is. I had a family whose child was addicted to honey buns. He couldn't go a day without having at least one, and many times more. So the child suffered with many health challenges and learning disabilities. Now, he was only 12 years old. This means the parents were buying the food most of the time for this child. The sooner you take ownership of the food, intake and enjoy the foods that bring healing, the sooner you will love who you are becoming. A person who's not as angry, not addicted, not anxious, not nervous, forgetful, inflamed, hormonally unbalanced. That's what lab experiment foods do for us. These will start to dissipate, and you will love how God created your body to heal. And He gave you foods to see it happen. Just study the blue zones, and you can see how this is verified. Lastly, the 3 beliefs. Here are the 3 beliefs necessary to succeed at the Bible diet. Number 1, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. When we do this, the steps and tips that I teach you throughout these courses will happen naturally, and the effort needed is going to be minimal. When you see God as your all provider, your all sustainer, and your all-knowing God, there is nothing to stop your success. God loves you enough to create your body to heal. We express that love by seeing our body as us being the steward and not us as the owner. The steward looks for ways to serve the body and see it thrive. As the owner, we dictate who we're going to listen to, we dictate what we're going to eat, and it's all about us. Number 2, with God, all things are possible. With God, there's no limit to your food budget. I have seen God use $20 of cash in my pocket to fill my car with food. I have seen God direct me to the right farm to get the best foods at the exact amount of money that I had in my pocket. The only limit to your food budget is your faith in God. I know that's hard to swallow for many people. There's also no limit to your body's ability to heal and lose weight. We're only limited by our fears and our past failures, both of which our God is greater than. And number 3, Exodus 15:26, I am the Lord who heals. Understand there are times for medicine, yes, This is always the right time to eat right and according to our body's natural design. See the amazing as you see your body as a gift. The 40-day transformation is a course I designed to help people through these steps and these tips and these beliefs. The testimonies range from 40 pounds lost to 100 pounds lost. One person even said, before the 40-day transformation, this is what they wrote: I felt stuck and overwhelmed. The information on the internet was causing chaos. And now I am finally set free and I love it. Thank you, Annette. The Bible diet is tried, proven, and true when it comes to health and healing. The Bible diet can assist with weight loss, and as I say, sooner with less effort. And it may help with many health challenges such as inflammation, digestive challenges, and many more. I'm excited to hear how you implement these 3 steps, these 3 tips, these 3 beliefs into your daily practice. They are tried, they are proven, and they are true. Thank you again for being part of the Biblical Nutritionist family and letting me share with you God's recipe for excellent health. You are the reason He died on the cross. You are the reason He's given us food that brings healing, not just for our pleasure, which it does, but it's for healing. Thank you for letting me share with you.